Horizon Forbidden West was one of Sony's exclusives that I wanted to play and was waiting for the release of the PC version, and now after over 60 hours of gameplay, I wanted to share some key differences from Horizon Zero Dawn. For anyone interested in Aloy's adventure, I will cover exploration, gameplay, and some changes to missions and graphics without any spoilers. And let's start with exploration. One of Horizon Zero Dawn's weaknesses was the limitation when it comes to exploration. For example, climbing was not the best, it was restrictive. You had specific climbing points, which is okay for a linear game, but a little bit annoying in an open world. In the sequel, you have more freedom when climbing is so much better, and the new great addition is the polecaster, which is useful for climbing and solving some puzzles. Climbing overall is better with more freedom, not as good as Breath of the Wild for example, but definitely better than the first game. And when you reach the top, unlike the first game, you have more options to drop using the Shieldwing glider, similar to the paraglider from Breath of the Wild. There is something even better, but I will let you explore it yourself. Swimming underwater is another great addition, with items to collect, main and side quests. This is a new addition that the game definitely needed. A great experience, especially after progressing the story. You can explore even deeper. Another great feature is the ability to change the time of the day so you can explore at the time of the day that you prefer. A big problem in the first game was storage, limited with some items taking so much space, so you will defeat enemies and can't get the loot, or you have to drop something from your inventory. In the second part, you have categories and everything extra will be moved to the stash. You can restock what you need. This is definitely a welcome change. Unlike the first game, you won't have to drop something from your inventory in order to pick up anything you find in the open world. These changes made exploring the open world much more fluid and enjoyable. And when it comes to gameplay, there are some massive changes. Melee combat is better. In the first game you had two options, light attack and the heavy attack. That's it. Boring and for the most part useless. But in Horizon Forbidden West, your spear is much more useful with some combos to unlock. And overall melee combat is better. The range weapons are still the main way to fight, but the spear is much more useful in Horizon Forbidden West. To boost your attacks, you have food to purchase, more potions, and a great addition which is Valor chargeable attacks. A great way to boost your attacks and your character. You have so much more weapons, like vertical taps, a great way to fight flying enemies. Combat was amazing in the first game, but it has gotten even better in the second game. It's so many more weapons and so much to do, so much to try, and you can upgrade all your weapons, outfits. The skill tree is improved as well. You can focus on what to upgrade based on your playstyle, and you will get special attacks based on what you choose to upgrade. There are more machines to fight in the sequel. Some of them are repeated from the first game, but with new movesets, abilities and weaknesses. They feel different. For me, this is one of the biggest improvements in Horizon Forbidden West. Another change to the machines is the fact that you can ride more machines, which is a great addition, and the ability to override even more machines, which is really useful in combat. And when it comes to the story, tribes are unique and their stories are more interesting. I found myself more interested in the current world, unlike the first game when I was only interested in the history of what actually happened. The past plays a role in the second game as well, but the current world is not as boring as Horizon Zero Dawn. Tribes like the Tenact, Utaru and Karja and their stories are more interesting. Aloy is a better and a deeper character, and there is definitely an improvement on facial impressions and cinematic scenes. Some side quests are better in the sequel with better rewards. And when it comes to the graphics, Horizon Zero Dawn is still graphically impressive in 2024, but the graphics are even more impressive in Horizon Forbidden West, especially on PC if you have hardware that can run this game in native 4K with unlocked FPS. Please don't use my gameplay. For comparison, I can barely get playable frame rate on my GPU at 1080p. But you can check 4K gameplay videos on YouTube. The great thing about the PC version is customization with all the upscaling features like DLSS, FSR and XESS. The game also supports frame generation and it supports so many resolutions and presets. If you played Horizon Zero Dawn, then you should definitely play Horizon Forbidden West. But if you are looking for a more in-depth review of the game, covering what's positive and negative in Horizon Forbidden West, then definitely subscribe because I will definitely make more videos about this game. And if you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, bye.
I wasn't aware we needed to make a decision.
It's too early to consider this.
Oh, Tara, I can think of that. Tribute. If you're hungry, stranger, I'd be willing to trade some rations.